Oh, I heard about that. I didn't personally experience it, but I had Critical Role on, and mine went right through it. Apparently, either that or I came to it too late or something. I don't know. But
It was like 9:30 to 10:45 my time or so.
No.
was wrong, Drax?
Nothing.
Okay.
All right.
Before we begin, real quick, do we want to discuss scheduling stuff next week? Do we need to, or?
Well, my schedule isn't changing. So.
Okay.
There's really no point. As far as I know, I won't be working. I shouldn't be. I don't think the schedule changes until the end of the month, so I might be able to get 1 or 2 more Mondays on a normal schedule before everything goes nuts, crazy. So we should be good on my end at least.
Okay.
Good for Monday,
Alright.
but I'm working Tuesday.
All right. Who would like to give us the recap for last time?
Yes.
You're the one
notes.
who always does that, and no one else
I know.
remembers everything.
I know, but Drax just volunteered because his phone ringed. And yes, ringed is now a word.
Ringed.
Well, let's see how much he remembers, because it's been a while.
It has.
And we don't take notes like you do.
That's true.
Oh, I'd have notes. Oh my god. All right, so we were all at that pub looking for that author guy, and we got a mutual friend, or I guess it was just Katarina's friend. They got swarmed by guys that said she killed some of their friends, and they were not the Zentarum, the Xanathar guild. So we ran into them, fought them off, fought a troll. Oscar saved 2 lives already. And
Darren's badass.
We're looking for a guy named Floon Blagmar.
Right.
Wavy blonde red hair, princely garb, but not noble. And we've seen 2 guilds so far that are back and forth, the Zentarum and the Xanathar. My understanding on it was that he was seen with a guy that had Zentarum tattoos, and they disappeared down an alley, and we saw after the fact that there was a fight between Zentarum and Xanathar in that alley. So the last lead that I have on here is the Zentarum warehouse on Candle Lane with a snake symbol on the door.
Mm-hmm. Okay, small correction. The fight you guys saw between the Xanathar Guild and the Zentarum was before. That was as you were coming to the tavern on.
Right. I mean, we passed the leftovers of the fight,
right.
And it looked like that fight matched up on the timeline for around when he and our mysterious Zentarum person. No,
that happened. That was happening tonight. The thing with Floon happened last night. So
okay, so we're not thinking that Floon was assaulted in the alleyway by Zentarum or Xanathar.
He was taken right in front of Zoblob's shop on Zastro Street by what the Zoblob store owner thinks was the Zentarum.
Okay, gotcha.
Right, because we were talking to Katarina, and she was telling us.
Oh, right, she got that little snippet of info at the end.
Right.
Right.
And that information contained the Zentarum's place in the warehouse on Candle.
Oh, right. So
you
none
guys
of us actually
don't know that yet.
Right. My bad.
That's right. I mean, you can still make the note. You just as a side note, that hasn't been revealed yet.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's why I have it. I'm like, why did I write this like this? Because I'm like, you talk to a halfling, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Right. All you know right now is that I left the bar and then came back in and told you that a halfling had propositioned me out in the alleyway.
Right.
Okay, I'm loading up a new image here just real quick, so if this gets a little choppy, let me know.
What I can't remember though, and the halfling told me, Kason, what was the name of Floon's friend that was taken with him? It was like Raynar or something.
Yeah,
Renair Never Ember.
Renair?
Renaer?
Yeah.
Never remember. Yes.
Renaer.
Yep, that's what I have.
Renier. Gotcha.
Renoir.
Renoir.
If you can't pronounce it, just say wah.
Well, the wa sound in French would be like an OY.
I know, that's why it's funny.
Okay, got it. Sorry. Over
So-
my head.
It's all good.
I do that. Sorry.
Well, you actually know a little bit about French. I don't.
Very, very little.
I
I
don't know
know
shit
that
about
I don't
French.
understand it very well. My kids speak French.
Awesome.
I, however, do not.
I know a little Japanese.
My daughter speaks Japanese. My son does
Awesome.
not.
Ah, I miss that language. I used to be
Okay.
almost fluent, but I haven't spoken it in 15 years.
She is definitely not fluent. She can read it and write it better than she can speak it.
That's odd. I never had an issue with the speaking
Right?
part because it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and some people I've heard it's really hard, but she seemed to pick it up really, really well.
Oh, it's hard as fuck. It is fucking hard. It takes sentence structure and throws it in the garbage.
Yeah, I've heard that it's the grammar portion that's like where you put what words and when is like, don't know.
It's everything, because you can take the same words and arrange them differently and be talking about something completely different. Because the words will change. It's odd.
Okay.
It's odd.
What is the campaign called, Kazin?
The campaign, like the
Yeah.
adventure book,
Yeah, I can't remember.
Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Dragon Heist.
Somebody stole a dragon.
I think, Drax, that kind of puts us in an understanding of how difficult English would be for a non-English speaker.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you could say the exact same sentence 7 different ways and
Uh-huh.
it means something different
Completely.
just by the tone in your voice for each and
You
how
throw
to
in a fucking-
emphasize.
Yeah, you throw in a fucking piece of oh man.
Emphasis.
No. You
Yeah,
throw
it
in,
is. It's your emphasis.
Wow, my brain is just not working right now. A
Well,
comma?
then welcome to
Right.
the
You
club.
throw in a comma? What are those called?
Commas.
Yeah, but
Pause?
Clauses and pauses.
never mind.
An
I'm done
inflection?
talking. I'm just gonna
Oh,
make
do you mean
myself
like
sound
a
more
contraction? Or that's an apostrophe? Never mind.
stupid. No, just any of the
Highfalutin
little
comma.
marks that you can throw and will sentence
I had
structure to
full-
change it. They have a
But I
word.
was
Oxford
speaking
comma.
specifically. Yeah, I was
No.
speaking about the emphasis that.
Not one in
Hein brought
particular,
up.
ass.
Anyways, enough about commas and grammar.
Yeah.
Grammar.
But yeah, no. English, fuck this language. It's stupid.
Absolutely. Okay.
I'm glad it's our first language. Is
So-
all I can say.
Right.
Yeah.
Not
That's
sure I'd
true.
be smart
That is
enough to learn it as a second language.
That is, I feel the same way.
Roll
so
on
you guys
and-
are still in the skewered dragon, sitting at the table.
Finishing our pints.
Getting to be late in the afternoon now, and it's starting to drizzle a little more outside. It's looks like it might be starting to get a little nasty outside before the night is over. So, what do you guys want to do?
Well,
What time is it? Time of day.
Afternoon, so 5-ish.
Okay.
It's early spring and the weather's turning better, but it's raining right now.
Oh, is it raining right now, or is it about
A little
to start
bit,
raining?
just a little bit. It's getting worse though.
Okay.
well, good. It's raining and we smell bad. I hate this place.
Well, sometimes things as such can't be avoided.
Right. Well,
Katerina is just looking around the room just to kind of gauge the atmosphere, knowing that some of the people in our company are not well received.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We were totally told off here.
Yeah, sure. Katerina, go ahead and roll me just a general insight check of the room.
yeah, these people don't like me very much.
I wonder why, Todd. I wonder
Well,
why.
I tried to pay the man. I was polite. I don't understand.
It's not about how you are, but who you are. You should
Well-
really know that by now, Todd.
Well, right, but I mean, what else can I do? I can't.
There's nothing you can do, Todd. Absolutely nothing.
That's not good enough. I need to figure this out.
Well, best you can do is try to not act like everyone is below you. Which you don't really do, but that's how they
Well,
all feel. So
I mean, yeah, whether I do
it's
or
just
not.
a matter of showing them otherwise, which can be extraordinarily difficult.
Can't you guys just like bring one of those covered wagons? Don't you have one of those you could have?
Covered
Well,
wagon?
Kind
Yeah,
of trying to
with
do my
wheels
own
and
thing
the
right
cover?
now.
So every noble doesn't have that? Okay.
Yeah, no. I prefer to do my own walking.
Katerina, you notice it's not like all eyes are on you, but everyone in the room has taken a glance over from time to time, and the group is not welcome.
Hmm.
I think many of these people want to buy us a mead.
So I look over at Katerina. Well, did you learn anything, or what are we doing here? If there's nothing else to do here, I think it's time we left.
I can't disagree. Perhaps we should see if we can find information elsewhere, since this was clearly a dead end.
Yes.
Set down my drink that I haven't touched at all. All right, let's go.
I'm still sitting at the table reading.
Like now.
What?
Right now. Let's go.
Oh, yes, of
Up and
course,
out.
yes. I pick up my book. and
So
I
she just
stand and
downs the
follow
last of
Todd.
her drink, and she stands up and pulls her hood up over her head and walks out the door.
Yep.
I wave goodbye to everyone until I realize that I'm with them, and then I get up and leave.
All right.
You meant at us. You wave at us. That's awesome.
All right. So if you've got the, well, hell, I can give you the map, can't I? So there's your map, and as you can see, straight down Zastro Street, straight up north to Candle Lane. You'll have to go between some of the alleys to get there, but there's your route, unless you'd prefer to do something else on the way there.
Where are we going to, Candle Lane?
Ah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
Never
so
mind.
we just get out there. I feel like there was something else though. We had him at the Dragon Tavern. Oh, the Purple Palace, right. So since we don't know about your Candle Lane, then that's where the rest of us assume we're going, is to the Purple Palace to see if we can find him.
Right. I apologize.
Well, we know that. So the last bit of information the group had was that there were 5 men that we, and I think we all had known from the description that they were Zentarum. Yes?
Yes, I think so.
From the description of the purple dude. Is that right?
The
purple dude.
old Zoblob shop. The
Yes.
description he gave you of the 5 men that attacked the Rainier and Floon was of Zentarum. Yes.
Okay.
Real quick clarification. Everybody at least knows what the Zentarum is, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
okay.
Saf?
Yes.
Okay.
What were you asking me?
I just wanted to be sure you were on that too.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Are you aware
All
of
right.
the Zentarum?
Yep.
Yes.
She is. We're good.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess we gotta head down to this Purple Palace place.
All right.
So, remind me about the Purple Palace.
It was-
The Purple Palace is next door to the old Zoblob shop. It's a fest hall. It's kind of a catch-all name for nightclubs, strip clubs, spas, gambling parlors,
Oh,
brothels.
okay, gotcha.
Is that
Is
where
the
you guys
Purple
want to head to
Palace
next?
fairly nice? Do I know this place?
It's the dock ward. It's not the nicest place. It's
Oh, okay.
it's probably better than some of the other fest halls in the dock district, but
But it's still
not-
in the dock
For the
district.
dock
Right.
ward, it's
Yeah.
it's okay.
exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, so I would not know of it. I'm like, well, maybe
Which isn't
this,
saying a lot.
maybe they'll put a little bit more effort into their fest halls than they do their everything else.
Oh, perhaps. But the weather seems to be getting rather poor. I'm wondering if perhaps
Agreed.
we should. The closest one of us here, I think, is probably at Oscar's place. Oscar, would you happen to have room for all of us to take a little moment to?
Not get soaked.
I look around outside just to see whether or not anyone's listening. Just to go and maybe sit by the fire, warm up, and have a more intimate discussion. I don't know how to say that right.
Give me a. You said you wanted to take
You
a look
have
around
to
the room,
use the.
Yeah, no, we're not in the room. We're outside.
right? Just to look around. So
To
give
make
me
sure
just
that we're not being,
give me a perception check.
You tired of my insight checks?
Katarina's cool. I like her.
Right?
So,
Okay.
perception you asked for?
Yes.
Take that.
As far as you guys can tell, there's nobody nobody following you or looking out for you or anymore. The guys inside the tavern were when you were in there, but now that you've left, they don't care.
Okay. So, what do you say, Oscar? You feel like entertaining?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Very good.
As the two of you lead the way, I mumble to Bart, well, this ought to be good.
It'll be what it is. I mean, as long as we can get out of the rain, how bad can it be?
Well, it might have drag going for it.
All
I
right.
look
can
back
live with that.
over at Oscar. Perhaps you're right.
Up at.
Okay, we'll follow you.
Will it be dark by the time we get there? I assume so, right?
it's getting about that way, yeah. Starting to.
Yes. Okay, so
It's 5
yes.
o'clock in the spring, and the walk is like 10 minutes. I don't know. I mean, what time does it get dark there? How slow are we?
Candle Lane
going-
is
5:10.
always dark. As we turn the corner onto Candle Lane, the night falls.
We did all just fight a troll and a bunch of crazy shit today. We would be exhausted.
Yeah. Gloom envelops a narrow alley as dark as a dungeon and as odorous as one too. Nearly all the street lamps have been smashed. The only light that pierces the darkness is a faint flickering down the lane like a distant candle. This is Candle Lane.
Welcome, home sweet home.
Where?
It's about the middle of the block or so. Kind of across from the light, there's a rickety old building that has like a door that's kind of off its hinges just a little bit, but I still have to kind of push it a little bit to get there. We step over a form, not sure what it is, to get there, but I kind of hold the door open and kind of push whoever it was out of the way. And I'm like, just inside here, up on the second floor.
Okay.
So you push aside a person that was kind of leaning against your doorway?
No, they were passed out on the
Oh,
on the
gotcha.
ground.
Okay.
Maybe person,
Is
maybe
he
just
passed
garbage. It was really more of a mound.
Oh, okay.
Like one of the many homeless people we've seen already.
Yeah. So the second floor is a smallish apartment. The ceilings are about 8 feet tall or so. Books are stacked up to about 6 feet tall. Basically, this is like a hoarder's place. There's just stacks of books and stuff everywhere. You hear animal sounds, but you can't identify what they are, where they come from. It is clear that the second apartment that should be next door, the wall has been unceremoniously broken down, and then this wave of books and things have moved into that other room also. So you're a little questionable about the structural integrity of this building now. But you could weave your way through the piles of books and everything, and find a seat in a overly large chair. You also notice that Oscar his hair is basically scraping the ceiling everywhere he walks.
Is the chair clean?
I mean, sure, yeah, you know.
I cast prestidigitation and clean my chair before I sit down.
Your
Would you-
chair, the one in the room, becomes yours, eh?
Would
He's a
you
noble.
would you mind? I imagine that when we see the stacks of books and junk, me and Bart simultaneously, I go, "Oh no," and he goes, "Oh yeah."
Yes, all the books.
If
Oh
anybody else
my.
wants to sit, I will arrange books in a chair formation for you.
Katerina, did
Oh.
you get the whisper I sent you?
Yes.
As I'm sitting down, I'm like, oh, I won't be sitting for long. I just need a minute. I'm writing something in my book real quick.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a lovely place you got here, Oscar.
And Katerina
Oh,
goes
that's me.
and
Yes, it is.
and just puts some things over, kind of close to the fireplace to sit down. I don't know if there's a fire in the fireplace, but she goes and sits, just like books or whatever there, and just kind of sits down on them carefully so they don't fall over.
Yes, sir.
While I'm sitting there and writing notes in my book, I am looking around the room to see if these books are in decent condition and what kind of books they are.
Oscar, that's more of a question for you.
It's the whole gambit. Literally any book you could want is here. I mean, not like a lot of really like super rare stuff. There's probably some of those, but it's just like, you know, every time you walk into a bookstore, you just kind of grab 2 or 3 books because they look nice and walk out with them, and you're 7 feet tall and nobody says anything. So Oscar is not very intelligent. But he knows that information is in books, so he collects as much information as he can. So generally, like if you ask him a question, he'll end up rummaging for like an hour and find the answer in a book, and then come back and let you know.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Well, anybody that cares to actually pay attention to it, you can tell I'm trying and lying.
Tell you what, give me a investigation check, Bart, if you want to go through the books. See what you can find.
Is there somewhere I can lay my bedroll out? I'm pretty
23.
tired.
You actually do find a couple of nicer books if you would like to pick them up, and I can get back to you later on what they might be.
Yes, I'm picking up books.
Hell of a roll,
Alright.
dude. Hell of a roll.
I'm gonna put 2 books in your inventory, and just if I forget,
Did you just
remind
steal
me.
books from Oscar? Wow.
No, I didn't take. I haven't picked them up. I haven't taken them.
No,
I'm
they're
sorry.
in your pack now, man. They
Well,
just,
I
they
guess
just
they are.
said.
That's my fault. I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna go over to Oscar. Excuse me, Oscar.
Totally ignoring you.
Oh,
Did
hello.
Oscar say that?
Oscar.
I'm sorry. Oh, hello. I am Oscar.
Yes, you.
No, Oscar.
Yes. Anyway, would you mind if I take some of these books?
All of them? Why?
No.
Why would you want them all?
Just a few. Just
Like,
these 2 books in particular, and I hold up the books that I found.
are they colorful, Kason?
Yes, they are. One is kind of a nice blue leather. The other one's a little worn around the edges and yellowed pages, but other than that, it's kind of plain looking.
Are there any other similar colored books in sight?
Roll me a perception check. Nope.
Yes, of course. There's one right over there.
No, I just need these 2.
Right. Yes. No. Yes. You can have those. I have others right over there.
Oh.
And I'm not even
Excellent.
pointing at books.
Excellent.
I
you
then
very
take
much.
Todd's bed or sleeping bag and gracefully throw it over. It's clearly lumpy and you're not going to be able to lay down on it. That's ready for you.
Oh, well, maybe I'll figure it out myself. But
I'm
I
gonna cast
appreciate the effort. I really do.
use Druidcraft to make little slightly pulsing lights that'll help people sleep.
What is that? What are those?
They're sleeping lights.
Sleeping lights. Hmm. You
You don't
know,
sleep in the dark, do you?
yeah. When it gets to be nighttime, that's the typical state of things.
I'm just reading books this whole time.
But have you never
Gentlemen,
seen it? Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Yes.
if you've
yes,
acclimated
lady.
yourself to your surroundings, I've brought you here for a specific reason to talk to you about something particular.
Oh,
What's
all
in
right then.
particular?
What you got, darling?
Don't call me darling.
You're gonna die.
Whoa, easy. That's just the
It's
thing I say.
Katerina.
All right.
Well,
Katerina.
try this when it's not hard to pronounce. Very nicely done.
Damn.
You found floor plan?
What?
The guy we're looking for. Have you found him?
Oh,
No.
floor plan.
What? I'm confused.
Floon
You said you had
Blackmar.
something important, so I thought you found him.
He's
Okay.
miss
You here the
saying
whole
Floon.
time?
Katerina shakes her head, walks out the door, and leaves.
Oh,
Did,
what happened?
did,
She's tired of trying to herd cats.
okay. I'm gonna
Alright.
try
That
to.
right? It was the equivalent of Falls Rock. Falls Rock. Rocks fall on you and you all die. But I can't do that because I'm not the DM, so I was just joking.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I wasn't like.
I was like, well, do
Sorry.
I chase you down?
No. When I
All
went
right.
out to talk to the halfling, he had information to try to spare him from being in any kind of danger. I wasn't comfortable talking about it in a public place.
But you were comfortable talking about him trying to. I don't want to make you uncomfortable again. I don't. Whatever. What
That
did he
doesn't
tell
make
you?
me uncomfortable. He didn't try anything on me in the
Oh.
alleyway.
Well, good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah. Win some, you lose some.
Yeah. Okay. What did he say?
God damn. He did actually see the man we were looking for and his friend. He saw them in an altercation with 5 men with the Zentarum symbol. He gave me the name of Floon's companion. He says his name was Raynar Never Ember.
No.
He didn't have much more information on him. Do you know the name?
Well,
They both know the name.
yeah. Who wouldn't know?
Unfortunately.
Remind me again. Who's this guy? I know that I know him, but
Yeah.
Wait,
The-
I know
Rainier?
that guy. Who is he?
Renair Neverember is the former Open Lord's son.
bit of a douchebag, right?
You know that
Dumbo.
Dagult Neverember, his father, is a total douchebag and was practically thrown out of Waterdeep. He was briefly accused of assassinations of some of the Masked Lords last year, but he was proven not to have been involved in that by the current Open Lord of Waterdeep.
His son, though.
His son has stayed in Waterdeep, and I wouldn't say you know him personally, but you know the
we would know
reputation of
of
his
him
father.
through the
Yeah,
grapevine.
you know of him. You definitely know the reputation of his father.
Right. What's the impression do we get from, especially me, Gossip King? What would I hear about Raynar?
Um,
I'll do a check if you want.
yeah, go ahead and roll me just a Just a history check.
Okay. Fuck.
Not a whole lot, really.
Negative or positive? Do people like him or not like him?
It's a mixed bag. A lot of it's about his father.
Well, we know of him, yeah. I look over at Bert. You know anything about him?
I know he's a man, and that he's a noble.
Right, right. Well, this guy's got himself in some deep shit if he's got the Zentarum. Maybe he got scooped up because they were after Raynar also.
That's a good
Possibly.
question. Do you think they're actually after Floon, or are they after Rainier?
It was the
Uh,
same question I was wondering myself.
Probably Raynar would be my
Maybe
guess.
both? Hard to say. The
Very
Zentarum are all a
difficult.
bunch of assholes.
Indeed.
Bart, would you roll me a history check also?
History.
Okay. Again, you don't know him personally, but now that you think about it, Renair actually does kind of match the description you were given of Floon.
No way.
Not exactly, but two do seem like they might look alike.
Yeah, we were
Interesting.
told that before, that they were similar looking men.
I thought it might have been.
Oh, right. Yep, I remember that now. Well, so do you tell us, point that out, or? Well, but people have seen the two of them together. It's not like they could be
were
the same
told
guy.
when
Right.
we were. Someone told us, maybe Purple Dude, that I think it was Purple Dude said that there were two men taken and that
Yes.
they looked similar.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
It was
remember that now.
Old
Okay,
Zoblob.
gotcha. All
Yeah.
right. Well, either way, this is definitely getting to be a much more serious deal than I thought.
Perhaps. The halfling told me that he had knowledge of them being taken to a warehouse
Really?
that is known to be occupied by the Zentarum.
Well, shit. This is definitely getting more serious than I expected.
Perhaps.
I don't
What do
know
we
if
know
you
of the
want to
Zentarum,
tangle
though?
with the Zentarum.
We know them to be mercenaries.
Hmm.
Kind of
Well,
merciless.
So it begs the
well
question that who
trained
hired them?
mercenaries.
Oh, man. Maybe we should report this. Missing nobles.
Well,
It's
we know
not-
Floon isn't a noble.
No, but who doesn't know Neverember?
That's true.
Yeah, I need to, I'll be right back. I'm gonna step
Before you
outside.
go,
Oh.
you should know that we are right across the street from the warehouse where he was taken. Which is why I suggested we come to Oscar's place.
Oh.
Well, isn't that a coincidence?
Perhaps.
Interesting. Thinking we should do this now?
I do not think we should do this now. Myself. We just saw, when we passed by the alley earlier, 3 Zentarum kill 6 men. To confront
That's
them
true.
seems reckless.
Those Xanathar folks folded like it was nothing. I'm not too concerned about them. Or the Zentarum.
You guys do know, just from the general reputation of the Zentarum, they are very well trained and very well armed.
Right, I'm
Yes.
putting on bluster.
Perhaps there's another way of going about it.
What were you thinking, Katerina?
Perhaps we could see if we could find out why the Zentarum took him specifically. Who hired them? Who wants him? Why?
We can ask, but I doubt that the Zentarum would be willing to share that information.
Perhaps. But that doesn't make it impossible.
Oh, well.
We do happen to know someone who is a member of the Zentarum.
We do?
We do.
Who? would
We
that
came
be?
to her aid earlier today.
No way. She was?
Yagra.
That's her name.
Huh.
Well, maybe that's where we should start. That sounds better than kicking in the door. I still
Agreed.
want
Katerina hesitates for a moment. Steps in front of the door before you walk out, and she hesitates there, but then she says, "There's something else."
Oh?
I take a
And she
huge
turns.
deep breath and step back from you.
She turns and faces the door so that her back is to you. She pulls down her hood and moves her hair over to her side with her left arm, and you see the symbol of a flying snake on her neck.
Oh boy. Bart,
Well, you're a member of the Zentarum, are you?
Yes,
Hmm.
a newer member of the Zentarum.
I've got my hand on my sword and I turn to Oscar. Him too?
It's okay. It's okay. It's not us. It's not us. Now, during this entire time, Oscar had been handing you guys books, and it's all volumes 1 through 4 of a series. And then he's also got volume 5 in his other hand. There was 5 of them, and as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 of us, so it wasn't us. Don't worry.
What?
Is he in the Zentarum too?
What is Todd's body language right now?
Defensive as fuck. I'm shuffling a little bit towards Bart because I want to see the threat before him if I can and protect him.
You've said Zentarum. I'm alert now. My book is closed.
Right, but I
I'm
know
looking at
Bart
your
well
book.
enough to know that he might miss something, and I want to be there in case he does.
I turn
Oh, okay.
around when you move, and I feel the energy in the room changing, and I just kind of pull my cloak back where I have access to my to any weapons I might need, and just keep my eyes on you.
Well, what happens now?
Now we sleep.
Just totally oblivious. I
All
love
you're
it.
getting from Katerina is a blank stare, but she doesn't take her eyes off of you.
Well, you're a member of the Zentarum. What do you know about all of this?
I know as much as you do.
Well, I guess a better question is, why are you with the Zentarum?
Mostly for mercenary work.
We're not supposed to talk about that.
Why not? It's a good living.
Oh, yeah, we do mercenary work.
You both do, so you
I make
are
a living.
Zentarum? Pointing at Oscar.
No, what? No, I'm Oscar.
Did they draw a
Sorry,
snake
one
on your
second.
skin there, big guy?
No.
Can I?
See? And I started taking my clothes off.
Oh, I don't stop you. I'm more concerned with her showing her weapons as well.
I didn't show my weapons. I made them accessible.
Right, which
I didn't take them out though.
That's what I mean. Like you're moving your cloak so you can get them if you need to.
Oscar is fully accessible.
So, do you have a specific
Wow.
problem with the Zentarum?
No, I'm
Well.
just feeling a little threatened here, miss.
Oh, and by what would that be that you feel so threatened by?
I think it would
Have
be
you been threatened?
kind of obvious. We're looking into the
What,
Zentarum
that
at
I
this
showed
point.
you honesty and truth, revealed myself, and trusted you? Is that what made you feel defensive?
I'd look a little
By
bit
giving
more
you all of the
relaxed.
information that I had?
Look a little bit more relaxed. Well, you got a point there.
We agreed to do a job together, and that's what I'm doing.
Well,
Interesting. That doesn't sound to me as though your loyalties lie with the Zentarum.
The Zentarum is my guild. It is my guild, and I am loyal to my guild.
I didn't say you weren't loyal. I'm merely saying they aren't as high in your priorities as I think they would like to be.
I think you might be mistaken. I simply don't see any contradiction here between what I'm trying to accomplish and what they're trying to accomplish. They're paid to do a job. They do their job. They get their money.
Do you think that they will agree with you if you tell them that, or they find out rather, that you're looking into business of theirs?
Yes.
Well, all right then. If you're comfortable with it, I'm comfortable with it. And I open my book and I start reading again.
I relax almost completely, like back to, I wasn't relaxed before, so as much as I was beforehand. All right, as long as you're not gonna try to silence us to keep Zentarum secrets, I don't know.
Well, that'll be easy. I
Sometimes
don't
pretty
have any
fun.
to give you. I've been a member for a short time, and I don't have any inside information. I don't know what your impression is of the Zentarum. Many members of this guild are very legitimate business owners and people.
I look up from my book. The Zentarum Control Command, whatever you want to call them, they're a bunch of asshats. I go
Well,
back to
at
my
least
book.
I know your opinion.
Wouldn't that be pants?
No, my good sir, it is slur. It is slur. Assholes, dickbags, jerks,
Right, so
evil people,
you don't
however
know
you'd like to put it.
anything about this, and you have no problem with looking into it. I get that. One thing leads to another. Where are we going now? I still want to report this. This is a serious issue with a missing noble.
I think it would be against the law to not report it.
Right.
I
my
certainly
point.
don't think we should start scuffling up with things like that.
Yeah. So if you wouldn't mind, and I gesture towards the door, I'll be right back if y'all are gonna stay right here.
Yes, reading.
Do
Okay.
you step away from the door so I can get out?
Oh, I stepped away from the door. I went back over to
Oh.
the fireplace.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. Then I
All right.
step out to find guards.
Is anyone going with him?
Here? Really?
I could use a break from his ego for a
Okay.
moment, so I'll stay by the fire.
All right, Todrin, which direction you going?
Oh God, back the way we came.
You're going by yourself?
Yeah.
No one followed him.
Well, I'm
I'll help.
reading.
I walk into the candle lane and start yelling for guards.
Okay.
And literally nothing happens.
Because I rolled a 1, literally nothing happens.
Right. Are you gonna come with me there, big guy? I'm gonna go see if I can find somebody real quick.
Sure, yeah, go. It'll be an adventure.
Yeah.
You need your
Shouldn't be
safety bag,
difficult.
and
There are
you
many
wanna bring
people
the
patrolling
hook?
the dockward.
I'm glad you put your pants back on for this adventure. That's really, really nice of you.
Is
Oh.
it raining still?
Okay, yeah. I'll go get dressed and then follow him.
It's starting to come down a little more now, and as you guys have had this chat, it's getting darker.
Yeah, so once he comes back, I'll just go back the way we came to that main street and look up and down it, because you can see quite a ways up that street there.
Up the way of the dragon?
Snail Street. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Snail
You're right. Which way did we come
Okay.
from? We came from
You
Book.
came down Snail Street. So if
Right.
you want to go that way, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
And you actually the guard patrol, the city watch patrol rather, that you guys saw earlier, that was on the Street of Curtains, which as you start to approach, you see that they've already cleared that area. The bodies have been taken off, and there's nobody still hanging around, but it's not going to be hard to find a city watch around here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll find the nearest one then.
Roll me a perception check for both of you.
You want me to do perception? I perceive.
Only do it with 'em.
Where is it?
Oscar.
11.
Not you. You're not there,
Oh.
fool.
Well,
Oscar, you do see
that's my
one.
book.
He's less than a block away, just up Snail Street. There's a patrol, about 5 guys.
Topper, right down there, about a block away.
That's fuck. I can't remember my last name. I just look at you and realize there's absolutely no point in trying to walk forward towards
He
the.
called me ketchup earlier.
Yeah, I'll ignore it and walk for the guard.
Okay. Give me just a minute.
All right.
This is not what usually happens, so give me just a minute.
That's not supposed to happen. Oscar is fully accessible. That was pretty good.
Okay.
What are the
What do you wanna
guards called here? I forget. Like, what would I?
There's City Watch.
City Watch.
So
Excuse me, watchman. 1 second. Yeah. No, thank you. I got plenty of food. Thanks. Oh shit. I
What,
didn't
some
mute it.
random person came out of an alleyway and offered you food? Wow, they do like you.
Excuse me, watchman.
my lord. Yes. What can I do for you?
Well, actually, I need to report a missing persons or two.
So how long has this individual been missing?
Well, I've got eyewitness reports of the 2 of them being seen as early as last night. No, 2 nights ago, right? 2 nights ago. Here in this very area. One of them actually it was Reynard Never Ember, if you can believe it. We need to
Lord
find this man.
Neverember's been. He's missing.
His son is, yeah.
It's the
Reynard.
first we've heard of it. Renair, what makes you think he's missing? Seriously, this is the first we've heard of this. Watchman,
Right.
go get Captain Staggett. And you see him, he points off to another one of them, and the guy goes running off immediately. The whole group of them, there's about 6 of them right now, look like, oh, this is new.
Yeah, it's pretty serious. Have you guys been having lots of issues with the Zentarum in the area?
Well, to be quite honest, my lord, Zentarum and the Xanathar Guild have been at each other's throats for the last 3 or 4 days for some reason.
Days.
We're not sure what's going on, but it looks like they've kicked off a gang war for some reason.
Interesting. All right. Any reason you might think that nobles will be involved? Never
Not that I
Embers
can think of.
specifically.
You're a noble.
Well, if it's
I
anything
didn't
like
hear
his
you. What?
father.
Oscar was just pointing out that Todd's a noble.
Oh, yeah.
And just to be clear, I did not witness it, so there was no eyewitness.
Right. Yeah, he's helpful.
Okay.
Continue, Watchman.
When you ask about Neverember, he says, "Well, if he's anything like his father," and he stops himself short, realizing he's talking to a noble. He's like,
I kind of raise one eyebrow while I'm looking at
my
him.
apologies, my lord. Captain Staggett will be here. He's just down at the watch post. He will be right here, I promise.
Right.
Where is this information coming from? Who have you spoken to?
Oh, my God, I'm drawing blanks. I'm not used to being the guy with the information here.
Caterpillars with the Zentarum.
We got witness reports from the Zablov shop. That's what it was. Yeah, there's Mr. Man over there running the Zablov shop. He saw the two men, and we've heard his name mentioned. We've been investigating a related issue, and it turned out to involve.
Dude, the
You
dice
see his
freaked me out.
face. His face kind of sinks a little, and he says, "The old Zoblov shop." My lord, I wouldn't call old Zoblov the most reliable source in the Dark Wards. You
Right,
certain of
but
this?
if life is involved, we need to do what we can.
Absolutely, absolutely, my lord. And at this moment, you see Captain Staggett, and he's got 6 more of these watchmen going down the Snail Street towards you.
Okay, help me out here. Remind me, where did we get the name Raynar from?
From Halfling that came out of a tavern.
Okay, yes. So I've got your
We don't
word.
know his name.
We got your word on his word that they were seen somewhere. That's why I'm drawing a
Pretty
blank.
much.
Okay. Fuck, I don't really have anything.
No, you don't.
Okay,
So,
yes.
This captain in the much nicer uniform comes up. He looks you up and down and says, "My lord, I'm Cathra." He says, looking at your colors and the heraldry on your armor.
Captain.
Says,
What's his name, Captain? What? Sorry.
Staggett.
Staget. Staget.
Cool.
I think. Let me double check that name real quick. Yeah, Staget.
Okay.
Yes, well, thank you for coming so quickly. I just had some information I needed to pass on to the good men of the watch.
Certainly, sir.
I know you folks are busy around these parts, so I won't keep it long, and I don't have a lot to go on, but you are the people to give what I have to, so that's why I'm here.
Well, we're grateful for the assistance, my lord. What can I do for you?
I have eyewitness reports mentioning a certain noble, and I kind of squint at him a little bit. Raynar Neverember went missing here in the last. Well, I'm not sure that he's missing, but the man he was with last seen in the area has for sure gone missing. And we believe the Zentarum are involved. They were seen being assaulted and taken by the Zentarum. We haven't seen them in the area since.
Wait. Let me get this straight. You have 2 individuals that have been kidnapped by the Zentarum?
I believe so, yes.
And one of them is... Say the name again?
Yeah, Raynar Everember. Never
You see him, he kind of breathes deep and just starts shaking his head at this moment. He goes, "Oh my gods, this is a disaster." He says, "Where are
And
they?"
Firm. Don't forget Firm.
What?
Firm, the person we're looking for.
Right, yeah, the other person was by the name of Floon Blagmar. Does that mean anything to you?
I cannot say that it does, my lord.
I didn't expect it to,
But
yeah.
if Renair is involved, then we must go immediately. Where is this that you believe they've been taken?
Well, we've got. I can't really tell where I got this information from, but I can tell you that we're looking at the Zentarum warehouse over there on. What's that street you were living on there, big guy?
Hey, that's where I live. It's just across the street from Candle Lane.
Right, yeah, that
You
place.
see the as soon as you say Candle Lane and warehouse, Staggett just puts his hand to his forehead and closes his eyes. He goes, "Damn, I should have known. We had that place under surveillance. I had to pull my min when this thing kicked off, and there was a mistake. Damn it. Okay,
Where
I know
you're
the
saying
place.
there was a gap in surveillance, and you think they may have taken him there then?
I had the place under surveillance. I had to pull my men off about 3 or 4 days ago to investigate other things going on in the dock wards. I just don't
Ah,
have the manpower down here.
why were you watching the warehouse?
It's known Zentarum activity. We suspected it of being a used for smuggling.
Oh, that doesn't sound good at all for our friend Narum.
No.
Raynar. Uh, yeah, so, alright.
Okay. And he puts his hand up and he motions to his men, and lockstep, they just start following you straight down the road towards Candle Lane.
And that's also towards Oscar's place?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll follow. I will gesture for Oscar and follow him,
All right.
assuming he wants to.
I start walking exactly how Todd is.
You look like a pompous bit of an asshole then. I hope I handled that
not
all
too
right.
bad.
I'm not used to actually trying in dialogue.
All right. Everyone go ahead and roll me
It was
initiative,
fantastic.
because this is going to get interesting.
Roll us a what?
Oh.
But why are we,
Everybody-
I'm in a living room.
Everybody just go ahead and roll me initiative, because this is going to get interesting.
In it.
Okay. So you guys come through. They're marching down the street, coming right down Candle Lane. Captain Staggett puts his hand up, and everybody stops. He says, "This is the place?" He's pointing at the warehouse that you've been told was the place.
No, I live over there.
Believe so. I'm gonna try to sneak past him with Oscar to get to Oscar's place and tell our friends.
When Oscar says that he lives just right across the street, he says, "I'm sorry, have you seen anything? Any suspicious activity?"
Well, yeah, Todd, he wouldn't sleep. I set out a sleeping bag for him earlier, and he just ran to go get you instead.
Right. The man means before that. The last few days, big guy, have you been home much?
No, we were at a noble's house actually. Oh, not supposed to tell you about that. No, I have not.
Kind of narrow my eyes at you.
The captain does the same thing.
She said not to say anything at all, so I'm not going to say anything.
Listen, big guy, if it has anything to do with this, we need to know.
Nope, just necklaces and jewelry, that kind of thing. I mean, nothing. Never mind.
I kind of gasp and
Mercenary
then
work. It's okay.
sigh,
We were
and I
paid.
look over at the captain. I understand this is a big deal. I'll hang on to him, but we got bigger fish to fry at the moment, I believe.
You can search me if you like. I start to take my clothes off again.
I just grab his
No,
arm so he
that's
stops
okay.
moving.
Let's deal with this. Let's deal with this. Do whatever you need to do. And he
Oh,
motions
fuck.
to his men, and his men start going around this warehouse. They're circling the premises.
And I drag Oscar into his house.
Suspiciously, I don't bump my head.
What do you mean? Like it looked like you should have and you don't?
Absolutely.
Do you duck?
Nope.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll make a note of that. Your
Are you saying your head
illusionary
passes
house.
through the door?
No, it's just I'm very adept at walking through my
Oh,
short ceilings.
gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Well, you'd have to be being that fucking tall. Jeez. Yeah. So I get inside, and well, I guess we get inside, and you guys are.
In combat.
I'm fighting Drax in the living room, apparently.
We just have daggers
You
out.
walk in, and I'm twisting. I'm swirling my chain overhead, and I'm like just concentrating on him. His daggers are in
God.
each hand.
And he's
Well.
reading a book.
What did I miss?
Oh, nothing. We're still in our foreplay.
Oh.
Having a good time.
Oh. Right. So listen up. Things are about to happen. We should step outside and see what we see.
Do you really think it's our business if they're here to take it? They don't need our help. We have more important matters.
Miss it if you want. And I look at Bart.
Think about it for a minute. If they
I'm
took
reading.
this guy two days ago, he's not going to be in that warehouse. And whoever took him to get a job done and to get paid.
Someone
We need
there
to go
might know
find out who
something.
wanted him.
Isn't that what we were just talking about? Finding someone who'd know?
The Zentarum are too efficient for that, Todd. There's no one in the warehouse.
You
And
guys,
even if they were apprehended by the city watch, why would they open their mouth to you?
you guys have a better idea?
Indeed.
Yeah, we go find Yagra. She's the one that we know that's also in Zentarum.
Well, somewhere.
It's a place to start. She may know nothing, she may know something.
Indeed.
I'm gonna look back out the door or wait, we were gathered on the second floor, huh? That's what you said, Oscar?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alright, well, I think they're gonna be looking for me, so I'm gonna step back outside.
All right.
Does he always have to be the center of attention?
I'm already
Just so
gone.
that I know. I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to your friend.
Right. I know. I'm just saying I'm gone so I don't hear you.
He is
Alright.
an Mcathra.
Todrin, you walk out the door and you see Captain Staggett and 5 of his men kicking down the front door to this warehouse. And from around the back, you can hear pretty much the same sound. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna stand there and watch, let them do their jobs.
Okay.
Listening. I'm listening. I guess what I would do is follow them from about 10 feet back.
All right.
I joined Todd on the street. What do you think they're going to find?
Maybe nothing. I don't know.
Ooh, a map.
I
There's
sent
a map, there's a map, there's a map, there's a map. It's a map!
I sent them in
I'm gonna
there.
go ahead
At
and-
least I can do as a company.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and. So, are you going in the front with Staggett and his team?
Yeah, I'm about 10 feet behind
Alright.
Staggett.
And I'm next to Hind, so... I mean Todd.
So, rather than moving all 12 of these guys, I'm just gonna describe how this goes down. But I am gonna open up the map as I describe it. Okay.
All right.
So, as Staggett and his team move through this first area, they're kicking down the doors. They're making a ton of noise. Everyone in the dockward's going to hear this, but they go in through this first room. 2 of them break off and start going in through these offices, and they're turning over tables. They're turning over everything in their way. And as you follow them, they as soon as it decides to clear the map. There we go. As you follow them, it opens up to this large warehouse. There's crates everywhere. And you can see from your position that the main part of the warehouse is downstairs from here. And there are 4 Kinku that have already been taken into custody by the other team that came in through the back way.
The fuck is a Kinku?
That's a good question. Is it like the bird dudes?
That is indeed the bird dudes.
Bird dudes.
Give me just a minute.
They're like kobold ravens, kind of, maybe?
Is that K-I-N-K-U?
Yeah. Kenku. And I will get you a picture of them in just a sec. There you go.
Yikes. Are these like goblins where we would fight them on contact, or is it like they're not all
Oh no,
bad?
they're. Do you remember Kiri in Critical Role? I know everybody's not, but just for Toddrin.
Gotcha. Yeah. So
Okay.
Okay.
They're people. They're not like goblins. They're just people, then they can't speak. Really, they can only mimic other things they've heard.
that wasn't just her. That's all of
Right.
them. Gotcha.
That is Kinku,
Okay.
yes.
Gotcha. All right.
So as you go in, they've already got these 4 Kinku already shackled. They're already in irons, and there are bodies everywhere in here. And it is Zentarum and Xanathar both. That it's just the floor is covered in blood on the bottom floor.
Well,
Give me
I'll
just
be
a minute.
damned.
Like the 2 were skirmishing in here?
That's very much what it looks like. The corpses belong to 5 human Zentarum sellswords and 7 Zentarum, 7 human Xanathar guild thugs. Everybody's clad in leather armor. You can tell the Zentarum by the wing snake tattoos on either their necks or forearms. And one of the Xanathar guild members has a black tattoo on the palm of his hand that looks like a circle with 10 spokes radiating out from the circumference.
Oh, you're gonna need to hold on, Kaysen.
We triggered something.
Circle with
Yeah,
10
this is not how
spokes.
this goes down usually.
I didn't think so.
I've read this. I've read so many groups doing this, and this is never how it happens.
You said 5.
There are 5
Zentarum?
5 humans Zentarum, and 7 human Xanathar, all dead.
And the Xanathar Guild guy has a weird tattoo?
Yeah, it's on the palm of his right hand, and it's like a circle with 10 spokes radiating out from the circumference.
I'm
Which
sorry,
I can-
Zentarum?
5 humans
No.
Xanathar.
The guy with the spokes.
That's the Xanathar.
Oh, okay.
I may have misspoke.
No, you didn't. You're good.
The 2 Z names make it difficult.
This is the
But one's an X.
this is the Xanathar Guild.
Oh,
Tattoo.
so that's their normal tattoo.
Right.
So now we know snakes for Zentarum, circles for Xanathar.
Yeah. You can put those side by side if you want.
Isn't my tat awesome?
That is
That's
a really
actually-
cool emblem.
That's their banner, but that's the general idea you get from the Xanathar. The Zentara. Why
Yeah,
do they
just
do
the snake is the tattoo. I don't have
Yeah.
the banner tattooed on me.
right? Exactly.
So we got the Xanathar and the Zentarum, and they have snakes and circles for tattoos.
Yep.
Wow. What is that, alliteration? Yeah. Yep. All over the place.
So it's what you gather at this point is that these 5 Zentarum were essentially in mortal combat with 11 foes. And these 4 Kinku are the survivors from the Xanathar Guild. As the guards are interrogating them, the interrogation is really difficult when they can't speak properly and they can only mimic what they've heard before. But you actually notice as you're coming down the stairs, there's another person comes out from behind the crates here at the back. This is on the right here.
Oh.
Renair comes out from this closet in the
No
back,
fucking way!
and he's looking around, and he's just, well, it's about damn time.
Well, shit. Good to see you're alive.
Oh, you're responsible for this?
Yep.
He looks at you. Well, thank you.
Well, I mean,
He
the guards
puts his
kicked in
hand-
the door, but
Well, and he puts his hand out to you. Says,
I shake him heartily.
recognizing the heraldry armor, he says, Lord Ancathra, I must say, quite the cavalry you rode in with.
Well, you know, I mean, it is their job, but you can tell I'm like beaming and taking all the credit.
I'm just
he-
standing back.
He says, Captain, he turns to the guard captain that comes, the watch captain that comes up now, and he says, I can tell you everything, but my friend was taken by the Xanathar Guild.
Ah,
Just
and you
it was
see the
only-
stone flash on my forehead. Sorry, go ahead.
It's been less than an hour ago. If we go quickly, we might be able to catch him.
Point the way. Wait, and I turn and look at Bart.
Yes?
You know what we need to do.
For Floon?
Go back and get our companions real quick.
Oh,
As-
yes.
We're there with you, aren't we?
Did you follow?
I thought so. I was just arranging their bodies.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
So,
Kat specifically said she wasn't, but
as you guys are discussing that, you hear from across the other side of the stairs from where Renar came out from this closet. The guardsmen have opened up what looks like a secret door. You hear a little bell at the in the offices ding as they open it, and it's not long before they start hauling out crates. And they put the lid off of one, and it's filled with paintings. There are 4 wood frame paintings depicting cities: Luskan, Neverwinter, Silvery Moon. And then they pop the lid off the other one, and it is filled with silver trade bars.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
This must have been stolen from a caravan on the high road. It's not surprising. Well, we'll take these 4 in for further questioning at the watch post. My lords, thank you for your assistance in this matter. You
well
see,
done, Captain. Well done.
Rainier Neverember reaches down, picks up one of the Zentarim's rapiers. He says, "Captain, I'm taking this," and he just starts walking away. And Captain Sagan's like, "That's evidence, my lord." And Neverember just keeps walking. God damn it!
I'll follow after Raynar. Wait. We got some questions for you.
Sure. What do you need to know?
Would you mind coming with me real quick? Won't take much of your time, my lord. We just need,
Of course. We've got to go after Floon, though.
Right, yeah, exactly. That's what we're doing. You'll like what you find. And I'll lead him back to Bart, and then lead them back to, I guess, and Oscar too, if he was
Yep.
there with us. Yep, okay.
Yeah, and
Back to
as
Kat.
you're leaving the building, the guards are taking away this group of 4, taking them down to the watch post, while the rest of them are going through every crate in that warehouse.
It's probably some good shit in there.
And it could have been all yours.
I know, right? Right before we get into the room where Kat is, I say, just a quick heads up. Yeah, keep an open mind.
Of what? He looks very worried all of a sudden.
I'm just saying we're here looking for Floon as a group, and we happen to find out you were missing also. So we're
Really?
still looking for him. Yeah. So far we're all on the same side. And I'll gesture for him to go ahead into the room and meet Kat.
He raises an eyebrow at the selection of words you've chosen, and he follows you, but he's sheathed this rapier after fixing it to his belt.
Yes, I followed. Is the chair empty still?
Yeah, I'm the only one in the room until you guys come in, and I'm standing with my back to you, looking down at the fire. Or the fireplace if there's no fire in it.
I will go over to the chair, sit down, and start reading.
Hey, Kat.
Yes?
We happened to find somebody in that warehouse. Seems you had a good lead.
She
May I
turns to look
present
to see.
Lord Neverember, Raynar himself.
He kind of gives you a short bow. Says, "Pleased to meet you."
So she just bows her head and says, "My lord."
Right.
S- And what was it did you want to show me?
I kind of vaguely gesture in her direction.
And she just looks blankly between the two men, waiting to, see what the hell they're talking about.
Well, really, my lord, to cut to the chase, we're as I said, we're looking for Floon. She ended up having the tip that got us into that warehouse, so you can thank her for that.
Thank you indeed. I don't know what I might have done with if you hadn't come along with the guard to watch. That's gonna be difficult to keep up with.
Right. So, you said you knew where Floon might have been taken?
I overheard the Xanathar Guild. They took him. They said something about the sewers. Other than that, I haven't the slightest.
Why was it you were ended up being taken with him? Wrong place at the wrong time?
Honestly, I think they were after me, not him.
That's kind of what we figured. Is it because you look alike?
Um,
We did hear that.
Floon is Floon's a nice guy. He was drunk that night. I decided to walk him home. It's a dock wards. I didn't want him to get hurt. And then, wouldn't you know it, we both got hurt.
Right.
But seriously, if we go now, we might be able to catch up with them.
And what did they want with you?
There's no telling. I mean, ransom would be the first thing that comes to my mind.
I nod. Ransom. Definitely.
Definitely ransom. I say from the
Absolutely
chair.
ransom. Yes, ransom.
Why do you think that they've taken Floon elsewhere? What would they want from him?
Well, I imagine they think he's me.
That's what I was thinking too.
I hid during the fighting. Floon, unfortunately, wasn't quite so lucky.
You were both taken to the warehouse.
Yes.
And before you were able to be talked to by them, they were attacked?
Yes, the Xanathar Guild, they came in and, Zentarum, if anything, put up a hell of a fight. And, I'll give him this, they carry nice equipment, he says, patting the rapier that's now sitting on his hip. He says, but, yeah.
Did they have more good equipment in that warehouse? Did you spot anything we could use on our way down there?
Not specifically, no.
Well, damn. All right. Well, lead the way then. Let's go find us a Floon.
He looks at you and says, do any of you know where the nearest sewer entrance would be?
Don't look at me.
Oscar?
Oh no, we gotta go to
Would
the.
I know anything about the sewers?
I
Having doing magical work?
Roll me a history check.
History.
I'd probably know, wouldn't I?
21.
Go ahead and roll me one too.
It just sank in that we're going to the sewers.
Actually, Oscar, you would know where the nearest sewer
Yeah.
opening is. Yeah, there's one just around the corner here. It's not far. Bart,
Not
you
so
know,
much where an entrance was, but what do I know
Right.
about the sewers is what I'm asking.
you know that there are sewers beneath the majority of Waterdeep. They, in a lot of places, go into Undermountain. You can stray from the sewers into Undermountain and back again.
It's dangerous.
It is incredibly dangerous. There are all sorts of creatures down there. There are the Xanathar Guild makes most of their bases are in the sewers.
So when he says
There's-
we got to go to the sewers, all of us are like, shit.
Literally, yes.
Literally.
That's just foul. Not good. I thought the bar was the worst place we'd be at today.
Neverember looks at the little group of you over and says, "Look, I know it's a lot to ask. It's not anything to you guys. Floon is a friend. I'm willing to go alone, but I'm going. Now.
This is an interesting character point. So Todd looks at him, and he's not a noble?
Floon is not. Renair Neverember, the guy standing in front of you, is.
Right, I know. I'm asking Floon that, because Todd as a character is kind of...
What?
You're
I'm
asking
confused.
You're
Never
asking Rainier that?
I'm checking with Rainier to confirm
No,
that Floon is not a noble because they're close friends,
Okay.
and I'm
No,
the
he's-
pompous asshole.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's a friend. He's you have friends.
Rat, most of them are, I gesture at Bart. Oh, by the way, this is, Margaster? Yeah, that's right. This is, Lord
Yeah.
Magaster here. Call him Bartholomew.
Pleased to meet you, my lord.
Indeed, Bartholomew Margaster. I hold out my hand.
He shakes your hand.
Cool.
And he's my good friend. I just find it interesting that Floon is not.
No, he's came into quite a sum of money. It's a couple of years back, but he's not a noble.
All right. I'm thinking deeply on it. But that's all I got.
Yeah. At this point, Rainier just looks the group of you over and he says, Oscar, can you point me to the nearest sewer opening?
I point.
He just kind of looks at you and he goes, I'll find it myself.
No, it's,
And
it's right there. Come along. And I'll guide him over to it.
All right. He follows you.
I do too.
All right.
I'm sure we all do.
So he is quick to pop the lid off the sewer opening, and he's hopping down. He's going right now.
Okay, I'll stick with him.
Oh, one sec, guys. I'm getting a call.
Oh, good. I want chicken. I'll be 2 seconds.
Is it weird for a noble to address another noble as my lord? I forget.
Probably. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I've read a ton of books on it,
You're
and
back.
it's just not clicking in my brain what nobles call each
Should be
other.
in the enchilada, right?
I honestly don't know, and there's nothing in here that really says. It's just for regular people, how they address a noble. I don't know how a noble addresses another noble.
Probably has the servant address him for him.
Says the guy in the back.
Come on, like I watched all of Game of Thrones. How can I not? I'm pretty sure I would just call him Lord Neverember, and he would call me Lord Amcanthra.
Probably. That's probably it.
I would say my lord, and he would say my lord, but as the lower folk would say my lord.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Drax could back me up, but he's on the phone.
I really didn't need to have anybody roll initiative after all. It felt
Okay,
right
sorry,
at the
back.
time.
Yeah. I'm just Googling this to see if I can find out.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
All right.
Okay, so back me up on this, man. Within nobility, when one noble is referring to another, I would just call him my lord, right? And he would do the same. Whereas the lower folk would say my lord.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, when it's common folk, as long as there's, what do they call that? Like the reference of, like, the title, you know? Like, as long as you're my lord, however you want to say it.
Right, I'm
It's just important that you're acknowledging the fact that you're talking to a noble.
right, even as another noble.
Between nobles, it's not as important. It's not like you're going to get in trouble or anything. It's just kind of offensive.
It references it in the Volo's guide if you wanted to have a gander, but I don't know what page.
There you go.
That would be a good thing to know.
Sure, it'll cover
Like
more.
maybe when we're more proper, I call him my lord, but as we get more
Right, like
familiar, I'd
between
call
each
him
other,
Radar.
it's not that big of a deal. But like, you're meeting a lord for the first time. It's like, good to meet you, my lord.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we all here?
I don't know
I don't
about
know about
Kai, but yeah.
Kai. I don't know. I've never read the Volo's guide. You have Volo? Nope, it's not loaded.
Is it not?
Yes, it is. There it is. No, it is. I just haven't loaded it.
Okay.
So prepare for the lag. Oh, it's done. That was quick.
Are you talking to the Guide to Monsters or the Enchiridion? Because the noble stuff is in the Enchiridion.
Oh. Is that what you're referring to, Seth?
Yeah.
In Caridian, yeah.
Oh.
There is, you were given a link to it from Kai in Slack for the Google Drive, I believe.
Oh, you took the Enchiridion out of the notes.
Did I? It's still there.
There. Oh, nope, it's there.
Let me know if any of them don't work.
Okay.
They should all work.
Yeah, I got backup from Lanner that, yeah, it is my lord if they're the same status.
All
Or
right.
informal address if allowed. It just felt weird in the moment, so I had to ask.
Yeah. There was a couple of things there that felt a little weird, and I got confused a couple of times. It's okay. It happens.
Yeah, just to clarify, I was asking because, I'm on that personal quest, and so for him to
Right.
be such close friends with a non-noble like that, it was something
Yeah.
I really needed to clarify as a character.
And I didn't catch that the first time through, so I apologize. But
That's
yeah,
all right.
I
Apparently
totally
I confused
understand.
everybody, so that's my mistake.
Yeah. That's okay. It happens.
Oh, that's interesting. So what I said is true, but if you're not sure if someone is a noble, and you're afraid of giving offense, you can use the term sir and good woman. So
Interesting. And then, oh, that's right. I do remember reading that. And then if they are a noble, they'll politely correct you.
yeah, it says
Right.
generally a noble will politely correct you.
I remember that now. I remember. You remember? I remember.
All right, cool.
All right. As soon as Kai gets back, we will be good to go.
I just realized we don't have any music.
I know. I'm sorry about that.
It's all good. Would be really cool if we can get that figured out. I mean, I'll try to figure it out too if it's too big a headache for Kai to do all the time.
Chicken. So good.
It can be really, really good, yeah.
Chicken's my favorite food, seriously.
There's good reason for that.
Hmm.
It's fantastic stuff.
I'm back, sorry.
Hey, there he
All
is.
right. So why don't you guys go ahead and give me a marching order as you? I assume everybody's following the Rainier into the sewers.
Yeah.
I'll be number
Alright.
2 and constantly readjusting him so he doesn't get anywhere dangerous.
Second behind Rainier, or does someone else want to try
Yeah.
to take the lead from him?
Tell me about Rainier. Is he wearing armor? Does he look like he's ready for a fight other than the weapon he
He's not.
described?
He is not wearing armor, but he picked up this rapier, and it's a pretty nice rapier, all things considered.
Right. Listen, my lord, maybe perhaps you'd let me take the lead and you tell me which way to go. I don't, no offense, but I am better prepared for this.
He kind of smirks, and he whips this rapier out, and he swishes it up and down. This guy knows his way around a rapier. He's like,
Right. I meant no
think
offense,
I'll
of
be
course. I just meant I could probably take a harder hit than you, and I jangle my armor.
The trick is not getting hit, he says with a smirk.
Well, all right then. Go ahead.
If you want to take the lead, be my guest.
No, after you.
All right. He's still grinning from ear to ear. All right, so I've got Near in front, Oscar, Todrin.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I will be following Todrin.
All right.
And before
Katarina?
Kat goes into the sewer, she just looks around to see who notices, or if anyone notices that they've entered.
Roll me a perception check.
That is good to know. Nice.
You do notice one of the guards coming out of the warehouse sees you, and he kind of waves. He says, "Just keep the blood out of the streets, will you?"
She just stares at him blankly and nods. Question: when did he walk out? Did he only see her enter the sewer, or did he see everyone?
He just walked out. He just saw you.
Very well.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Damn it, Hind.
I love your blank nod. It's really cool.
It's fun.
It is.
All right. So it is not very far down this sewer, and it's just disgusting. You guys are up to your knees in waste. It is 5 feet across. There's not a lot of room to move in here, but there's no like sidewalk or anything that keeps you out of it. You are in it.
So really quick, I just want to establish, Drax, that with your prestidigitation and my obsession with cleanliness, we've got an established pattern between us of me asking you so often to do that for me that really all I have to do is give you a look or like tap you on the shoulder like, hey, can you clean me up?
Gotcha. Are you dirty?
We're in this fucking sewer.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
You are.
Wow.
Katerina looks in front of her, and all she sees is forgive me, Lord Amcathra constantly tapping on the shoulder of Lord Margaster.
Yep.
And just green glows.
I'm skipping through and splashing.
Here's the problem. It is pitch black down here.
No, I cast light.
All right. How far is the light spell cantrip reach?
Let's see. Light.
Badass. Wizards are cool.
Oh yeah, I don't have dark vision. Thought I did.
I think I might.
You're the only one.
So it's bright light for 20 feet, and then dim light for an additional 20 feet. So 40 feet.
Okay.
And all I've discovered is that shit is the same color down here as it is up there.
Pretty much. So it's not but about 5 minutes or so, and you guys, Rainier points out this on the wall.
Oh, lovely.
Boy.
We must be going the right way.
Oh boy.
Right. Oh
So,
boy.
as you
Oh,
guys are
boy.
going, you find another one, and it's at almost every intersection where you'll have the ways going through one way and out another is one of these, and it seems to be pointing in a certain direction. And so as you keep following them, unless you would prefer not to follow them, in which case, let me know.
Right.
As we
Yeah, it
come
seems
to an
pretty...
intersection, so we're down here because we're looking for the Zentarum?
For Floop.
Yes,
Rainier,
yes. But he's with the Zentarum, isn't he?
Rainier calls back over his shoulder to the back of the line, and he says, "No, this would be the Xanathar Guild. They attacked
Yes.
the Zentarum at the warehouse."
And you believe that the Xanathars took Floon?
Yes.
Oh.
Not
Sorry,
what
Is
I
you
it
said up top.
misunderstood.
You didn't
Okay.
misunderstand. That's what he said.
Yes,
The
I thought the
Okay.
Zentarum took him.
The Zentarum took me and Floon
Initially, yes.
initially,
I get it now.
and then
Yes.
the Xanathar Guild took him.
Ah, yes.
When
I
they
believe.
thought he was you.
Right.
Yeah, we follow. And I tap Bart again.
So after about an hour of following these signs through these tunnels, you come to a three-way intersection where a ladder leads up to a stone shaft capped by a circular metal cover. One of the familiar chalk symbols is marked on a nearby wall, and floating near the symbol is a spherical grapefruit-sized creature.
What
It's
the
got a
fuck?
bulge. It has a bulging central eye and 4 stumpy eye stalks. And
Ew!
it's looking right at you, baring its teeth. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Is that a beholder?
It's a...
A bay beholder.
It's the other word that means looker.
Roll me an Arcana check,
A
Bart.
gazer?
Something like that.
A gazer laser! Ha! Did you say roll initiative? Ha ha!
Yes, roll
Yeah!
initiative.
Natural 20.
Damn,
All right.
I haven't broke 10 yet.
If you want to know what it is, you can roll me a Arcana check, Bart.
Oh, sorry. Arcana! 10!
These you've never quite seen anything like this. You've read a lot and never come across this before.
Bad at research.
Okay. Bart, you're going first.
Alright. Does it appear to be hostile?
It's looking right at you and it's baring its teeth at you. It looks angry.
Alright. I'm in the back of the line almost, so
Pretty
do I have a
much.
clear sight on it?
You really don't.
I don't know how narrow the tunnel is. Like,
It's about 5 feet across. You don't have a lot of room to
oh,
move.
yeah.
It would probably have +5 to its AC for the cover of the guys in front of you.
Nice.
If it was a ranged attack.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm not really sure what's happening because I'm so far in the back of the line. So I'm just, what's going on? What's going on? And I'm
You
gonna
hear
prepare.
screams.
I'm gonna prepare firebolt for if I happen to get a clear shot.
All right. Oscar.
It has 5 eyes. It can see all of us. Hasn't it just glaring angrily at us? He hasn't actually attacked, right?
Right. It looks like it's really angry though.
Really could have used a long rest.
Right? It's tough to remember when we'd split sessions without taking a long rest.
Yeah.
It would have taken a lot to convince Renair to wait.
Right, yeah. If it wasn't for that, I would have totally been down for a long rest. But
I disappear
All right.
and then walk behind it if I can. Am I close enough to do that?
Yeah, you can get to it.
So, as a bonus action, I am going to magically turn myself invisible till the start of my next turn, or until I attack, make a damage roll, or force someone to make a saving throw. So I will get behind this guy.
Sure.
sweet.
I don't have the thing up for this.
Was that it?
Yeah. Now it's,
Yeah, I'm just getting in position.
Okay.
I don't want to attack it.
Katerina, you are in the back, and you hear these guys yelling about some kind of creature up ahead. You can see it over their shoulders, but it would be really difficult to hit it from here. You want to take a shot at it or anything?
Can you tell me who is closest to it and how far away they are from it?
As of right now, the one you can see is Renair up in front. You did see Oscar disappear, and there was some sloshing in the water.
Oh, god damn it, I didn't think of that.
Okay.
Look, huge footprints in the water. I'm totally invisible.
Okay, so
Totally Oscar.
I am. I mean, it's already pitch black down there for the most part. We have a lot of shadows anyway, and the shadows are more keen on me than they are others. But I'm just going to try my darndest to stay hug the wall and just slowly kind of get closer to what's going on. But I'm not doing anything at this moment.
All right.
Just trying to inch my way up without making any kind of scene or being noticed too much by the thing with 5 eyes.
Sure. All right. So at this point, Renair has pulled this rapier out and in just one fell swoop swings it up at this thing. That's a hit.
Thinking he might not have done that. What if that thing was like a camera for the Xanathar?
Camera.
It's a freaking magic camera that lets them know if anything's coming up their way.
Hey, if I
We're
had a
screwed.
magic camera, I would want it
Hey,
to have
it
5
might be.
eyes.
All right.
Wish I thought of that before.
He has cut a nasty gash in it, just right across the face, but he did miss with his second attack with his dagger. It looks really bad off right now, though. Todrin.
All right, I'll come up beside it with my sword in one hand and my shield in the other.
Sure.
And just go ahead and stab it in the side of the head.
Go ahead.
It's not on the combat tracker.
My mistake.
There it is. Yeah, broke 10. Yes.
There you go.
Okay. That is actually going to kill it because I did 10 to it with Renair and I didn't have him targeted. So
Sweet.
that kills it. This thing cleaved in two, falls like a grapefruit, falls into the water on either side of
Actually,
your sword.
I wanted to just skewer it and boot it off my sword.
That'll work too.
I'm not gonna do Hind where I just cleave everything into pieces.
Well, it's not very big, so don't worry about it.
Oh, gotcha.
All right. Yeah,
We should be
that
on
thing-
guard in case that set off an alarm or something for others. It didn't seem to attack us back.
I'm just standing there shaking my sword with all this slime on it.
Do any of you know what that was?
Renair just shakes and says, "I have never seen anything like that before."
Now that it's dead, I'll take a look. Nope, I have no fucking idea. Lot of eyeballs.
Do you think this is the place? He says, pointing up to where this ladder leads up into the whatever building this is above it, or should we travel down this? He points to another one of these chalk drawings on the wall that seems to be going down the right side of this intersection.
Well, we're here. Maybe we should take a look.
All right. Who wants to go first?
Well, I'll take point if you give me the honor.
All right.
Cool. Then
I'm gonna turn
the
off
thing.
my light spell.
All right.
I'll try to be as quiet as I can moving forward.
Katarina, of course, is just scanning the area looking for any movement outside of us
Nice.
or anything else going on.
Dropped
Okay.
a nat 20, man.
Yeah, but let's see.
13's not bad, I guess. 15.
Not bad. You come up and look around. Give me a perception check. You seem to be in a tavern,
Oh, God.
and you can hear some noise. It's gotten later now, and it sounds like it's kind of rowdy in here.
This is down
Do
in
they-
the sewers?
No,
Sorry.
this is you.
We climbed up
This
the
is
ladder.
Oh, okay.
ladder going into probably the cellar of.
Sorry, missed that. Okay.
Do you want to keep going and take a look around, or?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try
Okay.
to see what I can see.
Anybody following him?
I go over to Lord. Oh, for heaven's sake,
Margaster?
Margaster. And I
Me?
just
Were you talking about
Yes.
Rainier?
no. I'm
Okay.
talking about you. Don't be so shocked. It's okay. I'll make slow movements. So
I'm not
she
sh-
carefully and slowly moves towards Margaster in an unoffensive way, and looks at him and looks at her shit-covered bottom half, and says, "My lord, would you mind?"
No, but of course. I cast
you.
prestidigitation.
Press the digit nation.
I don't need to use light. I'm using prestidigitation so much it's lighting the whole way for us.
Right,
Right.
there's all these
Just
things
a
lighting
green
up
strobe
constantly.
light.
Okay. Todrin.
Yep.
How far in are you going?
Till I can see people, and I'm listening very carefully.
All right. You push open a door, and there's a guy. He's just chopping meat. Looks like. You seem to be in the kitchen. He has not noticed you.
Can I hear any specific words from any voices anywhere, or does he seem alone?
The 14 perception. It's busy. The place is. There's nothing really sets off an alarm.
But are
he
we
is
alone
alone.
with him in the room? Okay,
Yeah,
but
he's
we can
alone.
hear them in the other room.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. Who's right behind me?
Renair is down still in the sewers, looking up the ladder.
Well, I
don't
turn
guess
and look
anybody's
behind
followed
me
you.
and see who's there. Did any of you guys follow me?
It would be me.
It'd be you. Oh my god. How's his stealth?
That's a good
I put my
question.
finger to my mouth and I go shh.
Oscar, give me a stealth check. There you go. Yeah, you're both good.
Nice. So
This guy's busy.
yeah, so I guess that's the point, because I kind of turn around to see who's behind me, not realizing it's this fucking monster. I'm a little shocked that you made it up and I didn't know you were behind me. Ooh, all right, yeah, and I mimic your gesture, silence, and I walk up behind the guy, and I want to try to grab him from behind and cover his mouth and restrain him, like grapple him.
Wow.
All right. Roll me a strength check with advantage.
Poor guy.
Right?
I'm not killing him.
All you had to do was say, "Hello, I'm Lord M. Cathra," and he would have bowed.
Okay.
Exactly.
This guy drops the cleaver, just it just clatters on the table in front of him, and you pull him back against the your back is to the wall. You got one hand over his mouth. He is. You caught him completely off guard.
Relax. It's all right. It's okay. I'm Lord Ankamthra. I'm here to see if I can find my missing friend. I'm saying this all really quietly into his ear.
Right. Oscar, you notice this guy's face just turns, like, as soon as he hears Lord M. Cather, he's like, what the hell? He's got this look on his face of just complete confusion right now.
I'm leaning way in to hear Todd whispering. So it looks very intimidating, but I'm really just trying to listen.
Nice.
And in the
cool.
meantime, Katerina slips up the ladder as well, kind of
All
just in a very stealthy sort of way, because his attention is on this guy.
All right.
Do I feel him
Hopefully
start
she
to
doesn't fly.
relax, or do I feel him like
He's tense. He's not struggling. He looks scared out of his mind.
okay? Yeah, I'm trying to ease him, calm him down. So if I take my hand off your mouth, are you gonna scream? We're not here to hurt you.
Mm-mm. He's shaking his head. He's indicating he will not scream.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly relax my grip on him.
Okay. What is this about?
Right, sorry for
Look,
that. I just had to make sure.
Look, if this is about the debt, I swear we're paying it. I mean, as soon as I can.
No, it's all right. It's okay. Relax. My friends and I here, we're looking for a friend of ours.
Okay.
Has Raynar come up yet?
No, he's waiting downstairs still.
He's with me. We're just awkwardly staring at each other.
I'm gonna turn and look back at the closet and see, or wherever the ladder is, and see Kat and beckon for her to get them up here. It's all right. Bring them up,
Staring at you blankly.
please.
For a moment, she just turns and looks down the ladder and nods them to come up. But in such a way that, all right, but I don't know why you think they'll listen to me.
Renair.
I'm just staring at him. Does he notice?
You're staring at Renair?
Yeah, I'm just staring at him.
What?
Yeah, he notices. He's looking right back at you right now, a little
No,
confused.
not me. I'm asking if he notices Katerina.
Oh.
She didn't say anything. She just gestured.
Yeah, he's paying attention. He's looking up. He sees it and he looks to you and he gestures up too. I'm sorry, I misunderstood that.
It's okay. We're just awkwardly just. I guess for me, it's not awkward. For him, he's just like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?"
Okay, so he goes on up into the cellar with you.
Okay, I follow, I guess.
And just for reference, the way this works is you've got the sewers, cellar, and then it's like little stairs up to where they are in the kitchen.
So when they quietly come up so that we can all see them, I point at Renar and say, have you seen a guy that looks like him recently?
No.
No? Are you sure? And I'm going to look at him real close.
Roll me an insight check.
Fuck!
This guy looks absolutely terrified. And the fact that there are nobles in his basement coming out of the sewers is just confusing as...
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to get a read on that, I suppose. All right, well, what kind of clientele you got out there?
I mean, it's just the usual guys. I mean, there's... What are you expecting?
You serve any clan in particular? Any guild in particular?
This is the South Ward. You got all the
Zentarum,
guilds.
man. Zentarum. Do you serve Zentarum a lot?
Not specifically. I'm sure one or two may come in from time to time, but, no.
All right. My apologies, sir. Get back to work. You're all right.
Okay.
I turned to look at Raynar.
Raynar has got this look
This poor
on
cook.
his face. He's just he's almost laughing. He's trying to stifle it. He's like, "Shall we continue?" And he's gesturing down the ladder.
Man, after you.
Right. He climbs down the ladder
If-
and starts
if-
headed.
I just look at Bart. If this had been the rat place, he'd have been glad I did that.
Maybe?
All right. Well,
All right. So
after
everybody
you.
climbs. Everybody climbs back down into the sewers, and
Katarina gives a long look at the trembling man in the kitchen, and then
Just-
climbs down the ladder.
yeah, he looks at you for just almost like he's afraid to break eye contact.
Are they gonna kill me as they leave?
Yeah,
That poor
climb
guy.
down into a hole.
Oh man, I don't want to go back in there. Uh, I smell like you look, big guy.
Wow, that's messed up.
Was missed. Wow.
Yes, it was.
Okay. Everybody back down in the sewers now.
What are you
Ready.
dead? You there, Kai?
Kai.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
He's there. He's just distracted by something.
All right. So Rainier
He didn't
points
hear
to
your
this-
insult.
It wasn't meant to be one. Well, on his part, but he totally is insulting.
Rainier points to this other chalk symbol and says, "I think it's this way." And as he leads the way, it's about another 5 minutes before you start to. You see a intersection up ahead that's looks like a round.
Where at?
Shit, how would you even describe this? Well, I know how I'll describe it.
Ooh,
Everybody see that?
Okay.
Oh yeah, hold it up.
All
Yep.
right. So, you gonna let him keep leading the way as we get up here? I'm gonna
Are
let you guys.
Todd?
Oh, I've got such a bad feeling about this.
You gonna go first, Todd, or are you gonna let Rainier go first?
I'm sorry, I'm doing something here. Yeah, I'll follow Rainier because the last one didn't pan out so well.
All right.
Okay.
And the hair is kind of standing up on the back of Katarina's neck, and things don't feel right for her. So she's looking around intensely just to see if she can kind of try to figure out what it is that's making her so uneasy.
Give me just a minute.
You take your time.
Yeah, of course. Hope it helps.
Could just be the fact that we just followed some stranger down here. I have another guy trying to question other people about the wrong guild. Wondering
Xanathar,
if he
right?
has.
Oh my
wondering
god, I
if he
said
has ulterior
Zentarum!
motives.
Fuck!
So she's not sure
Fuck!
what to think at this moment.
We could have corrected me. God damn.
Why would I do that?
Correct the
You,
Lord,
her.
who has called my people nothing but assholes, asshats, and all kinds of bad things.
That's
That
what
was-
Bart said.
That seems
Damn it.
Oh.
God, you should have
seems like a
corrected
great
me.
idea.
Fuck.
Okay.
Right now, she is just nothing but watching and trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Damn it.
Oh.
I
All
meant that you as a person should have corrected me, because that was
But
my
I didn't
mistake.
know if it was intentional or not.
No!
So
I
it
guess I
just-
should have asked.
All right.
Sorry.
All right.
I'm like, you just asked this poor kitchen guy about the Zentarum. I'm like, why has he got this hard on for the Zentarum?
Fuck! No!
So as you get to the edge of where this intersection crosses through, Rainier holds a hand up and just kind of looks back, and he's just putting a finger to his lips. And just real softly, he says, I can hear someone snoring.
All right.
All right. I need everybody roll me a stealth check.
I was gonna say,
Everyone?
Yes, please.
oh no.
Oh, that's so good.
Huzzah!
Who am I missing? There we go.
You don't even know where I'm at.
Whew.
Indeed.
I'm Spider-Manning on top of everything to avoid the
Just
shit.
up on the wall.
So, Todrin, when he motions to you and puts his fingers to his lip, what happens?
Honestly, I've just been kind of loud all the way up to here. When he turns around and looks at me, that's when I stop moving and I'm actually finally quiet. Just maybe like I was shaking my leg because I stepped in something particularly squishy and sticky. And so I'm shaking my leg and all the armor's clanking a little bit.
Okay. He's trying his best to just get quiet. Quiet.
I'm sorry, I just...
He peers around the corner, and then he looks back to you guys. He says, I don't know who it is, but there's someone real close that appears to be asleep.
Go get
he
him.
moves.
Do I gotta do everything myself?
Is it one of us?
Yeah.
Is he one of us?
He moves forward, and you can as you come up behind him, Oscar, you can see there's an arrow slit in the wall here, and he's looking through, and there is a goblin sitting in a chair that is fast asleep.
Oh shit.
Through the arrow slit?
Yes.
We'll have to stay low. I get down into the water and start crawling under the arrow slit.
That's not water.
Oh god.
I splash up. What?
I'm just standing
That's
there
not water,
frozen.
Oscar.
Okay. And I apologize. My map making skills did not allow for an arrow slit, but there is an arrow slit where that corner of that room is where the goblin is.
That works
So you have to
perfectly.
use your imagination.
Yeah, that works.
Immersion ruined.
I know, right? It's horrible.
Not at all. Not at all.
Renair watches as Oscar gets down in the muck, and he's like,
I'm just
"No."
waiting for him to move out of my way.
He will move out of your way. And when he does, he gets a glance at the other one through the arrow slit on the opposite wall, who is also asleep.
I'm just up against one wall there, still holding still, so I don't make any more noise. So if you two back there
Okay.
want to move up, I'll let you pass because I'm not moving.
Hmm. So yeah, I guess all I can do is just stealthily move.
Are you bringing light to you?
No, I haven't
Okay.
used my light again. I turned it
All
off
right.
when we got to the ladder, and I haven't used it again.
Okay. So right now, the only one that can see very well is Katerina.
Yeah, I'm mostly just feeling along the wall.
So Oscar, you can see there's a little ledge. It's pitch black down here. You can just barely see it, but there is a ledge, and it looks like a alcove, maybe a door.
I'm just holding
I'll
still,
go
waiting for
listen
you two to
through it.
pass me.
All right. Do you want to open it?
Listen.
All right. Roll me a perception check.
Are you guys gonna move? If not, I'm gonna move forward.
I'm in the back.
Okay. Oscar, All you can hear right now is snoring from these two goblins that have both fallen asleep on watch duty.
I will try the handle.
All right, it opens, no problem. At this point, Renera never. He goes around this way and he looks through at this goblin and just keeps going just as quietly as he can. He's following Oscar now.
Katarina's just in the back, and she's still looking around for any signs of anything that is odd or that is not this group.
All right.
I'm just trying my best to move quietly, but I know I've already failed.
Yeah, roll me one more stealth check, Todrin.
All right. That's why I didn't want to move, but they wouldn't go past me, so...
There's just a loud clang as your scabbard hits the brick wall here, and this goblin, you can see him through the arrow slit. He wakes up and he looks through and he sees you, and you're like eye to eye with this goblin, and he goes, his eyes are just as wide as they can be, and he goes, Briark! 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 And he's just screaming at Goblin.
So we're eye to eye through this wall here?
Yeah.
Can I try to put my sword through the...
You can try,
I'll
but
try,
that's going to be
That
is going to be a disadvantage through
Right.
the
Fair
arrow
enough.
slit.
Just try to
But
stab
he
it
is
through the eyes. We're looking at each other.
Yeah, he is already screaming at the top of his lungs.
Damn.
Yeah! Nice!
Just one clean through, right through the arrow slit into his face, and
It's just like, I've been watching a
suddenly
lot
silent.
of Walking Dead recently. It's just the in and out through the front of the skull, just and he just drops.
Exactly.
Sorry, guys. I know we're trying to be quiet. I'm not that at all.
Okay.
Bill, I think the jig is up.
Right. Was that
Let's
loud
go.
enough that like he got off several screams before I did
Oh
that,
yeah,
right?
he got off several,
Okay.
and it was loud.
We need to move. Let's go quick. I like
All right.
Oscar's idea.
Indeed.
Oscar, you're in front.
That's a recipe for disaster.
Oh God.
All right.
And yeah, I'm gonna follow. If Renar goes right after him, I'm gonna be right behind him.
You gonna open it up?
Yeah, we're all
Is it
following
open?
suit.
It's not locked.
Keep going, big
Oh,
guy.
that's why. Okay. Yeah. Just gonna open it up.
All right.
Go, go, go.
Peek around each corner.
Okay, you can see into this room. It's a mess. There's rusted weapons and threadbare clothing littering the floor. Looks like it probably is just where these guys come in and just throw their stuff down.
And what's around the other corner to the right?
It is pitch black and
north?
you can't see very far. But roll me a perception check. You don't see, you don't hear, you can't tell what's going on.
Well, let's go that way then.
All right.
I'll confidently stride forward.
All right. Roll me a dexterity check. Or save. Dexterity save. Mistake. There's a set of stairs going down here that you just barely stop yourself from falling down in the dark.
There's a pit trap.
They go
Everyone
down.
be careful.
Yeah.
Back up against the wall.
Okay. Neverember has followed you guys into this this watch post area, and again, there's nothing really here except the chair that the goblin was sitting in, or sleeping in, I should say.
He's gone. We gotta go. They're gonna set up an ambush. We gotta go quick. And I'm gonna charge past them and down the stairs.
When Katarina is surveying this room that we're in now, does she see anything interesting, out of place, or that would capture her attention?
In this room to the south, no, there's really nothing in there of value. It's a complete mess.
Or in the room that she's entering there?
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yep.
Todrin.
I'm full blasting it. I'm full speed down the
Okay.
stairs. I want to get there before they can set up an ambush of some kind, or hurt Flynn, Flogan, Floop.
Piccolo.
I'm following.
Okay, keep in mind it is black down here. I'm gonna give you.
Oh shit! I'll go as fast as I can, carefully.
Yeah. Okay.
He takes 2 steps and trips down the stairs head first.
All according to plan, really.
All right. I'm gonna give you that much. It's just you're free to go that far.
Okay. Should I roll a check for the stairs? Because it is pitch fucking black. I can't see a goddamn thing.
Since you volunteered, go ahead and roll me
Yeah.
a dexterity check.
Of course. Oh no.
It's you don't take damage, but you do stumble on that last step and hit the wall.
Ow! And I keep going.
I'm taking my time. Fuck that.
All right.
I could use some light there, Bart.
So-
I yell over my shoulder as I run.
At this point, you
I
can hear.
suppose stealth is gone. I cast light.
All right. At this point, Todrin, you don't see anything yet. How far is that light again, Marguster?
4 feet. 40 feet.
40 feet.
And it's red.
Weird.
Okay, so you can see as far as what I've got it right now with his light spell. You don't see anything, but you do hear from further in. It sounds like first you hear goblin, and then you hear it in just broken common, but you can't really make out the words. But he's talking to someone.
I gesture frantically over my shoulder. Where's Renard at this point?
Renaris following you guys.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry,
So
it's hard to keep track of all these things. He's
I'm sure.
following right behind Margaster right now.
Yeah, I'm still moving frantically. I want to get the
Alright.
jump on them when
Alright,
they're
move
trying
ahead.
to do their thing. I'm assuming Bart's close behind me so I can see.
Oh yeah, I'm following you.
Okay.
As soon as he moves into the area, you can see this door at the end here is open,
Okay.
and it sounds like they're in the next room.
So there's nothing in this room here?
It's empty sleeping area. There's several stuffed straw mattresses. Nothing really of value, it looks like. But you do hear plenty of activity coming from the next room.
Okay. Yep. Then I'm gonna charge on up. Cat, Oscar, you guys there?
It's a narrow hallway. We're waiting
Yeah,
behind.
waiting
I'm
for
not.
Rainer to move.
I'm not letting this guy in the last slot because I
Okay.
don't really know the guy.
He's going to be right behind Margaster, so if I forget him, let me know. And I'm going to have to stop calling him Margaster. So the first thing you see when the light appears is this goblin, and he's just right there, and he's got out this rusty, nasty looking short sword kind of thing, and he's looking over to his right, and then looks up to you, and roll initiative.
Initiation.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's totally a 13, then it rolled.
Then it rolled.
Bummer.
In the summer.
Hey,
Like
wow, I haven't heard
thunder?
that one in a while.
It's not the summer anymore. We're
That
in
was
fall
never
now.
relevant.
I've already had snow.
All right, so Todrin,
Yeah, we have 2.
Todrin, you see this goblin right in front of you, and he looks really nervous facing you down.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Without breaking stride, I come up to him and just in and out through the front of his face is what I'm aiming
All
for.
right.
Yeah, baby.
Easily done.
Yeah, baby. Shink shink, and
Yeah,
I
he
keep
goes
running for
down
the
in
rest of my
just
movement.
a gout of red.
Sweet. So
All right,
10,
as soon as you
15.
come around the corner, you get
Oh.
attacked by someone that was trying to hide there.
Fuck. Krentz. Oh, it's this bitch. I cocked him in the face.
And he is about to try to return the favor, but this time he's not using his fists.
Neither am I. Yeah.
The way you come in, whether it's
My shield's on the
glance off,
left, so it's
yeah,
perfect.
it's gonna glance off your shield. You didn't see him coming, but it was good enough. So you managed to dodge his attack as
Okay.
you enter the room. All right,
Yeah, and I'm gonna finish the rest of my movement up
go ahead.
up to the wall here.
All right, he's gonna get a. Do you get a reaction after you get a readied
Yeah,
action?
I don't see why not. It's not his turn. Because he was saving his action, right?
All right, yeah, he swings again as you're leaving his reach, but he hits nothing but air this time.
I'll just yell over my shoulder, "Watch the door!" And that's my turn.
All right, Krintz, he comes running at you this time. He's trying to get between you and the door here. This room is lit. There is and I just realized that.
Oh yeah.
It's lit, baby. Bet.
This appears to be another sleeping area. There's a bunch of those mattresses on the ground here. And behind Krintz, as soon as he moves out of the way, you see there's a dwarf behind him. Really doesn't look like he's had much sun, though.
Yikes.
And Krintz is going to take another swing at you. Yeah, he keeps trying, but this one just kind of glances off your, what are you wearing, chainmail? Yeah,
Yep.
completely ineffective.
You seem familiar. I've seen all that ugly somewhere before.
He grits at your.
Oh, that up.
He grits his teeth at you. Just this nasty mess in his mouth. He just says, "I'm gonna gut you like a pig."
Classy.
Then his dwarf friend. You know, you've never quite seen a dwarf do this.
Wow, that's some famous last words.
Whoop, that didn't work. Okay. How do I make a token grow larger, Kai?
Hold
Because
Alt and scroll wheel.
Yeah, I think it's control, maybe.
Control, yeah, control, sorry.
this guy grows to nearly 4 times his size
Oh,
in this
shit.
room with you. And he's going to take a swing at you. He's got this just rusted, nasty looking pointed war pick. This one, again, it glances off your shield and into the stonework behind you.
Welcome to Kai's world.
All right. Oscar. Oh, you
So I
can
see
really,
the light and I see the fighting, right?
you can hear the fighting, but yeah, you see the light. As soon as you turn the corner, there's this giant. He's huge. It's right next to you. I was going to call him a dwarf, and that's not really appropriate anymore.
I guess I'm just gonna bump him on the face.
All right.
You're gonna boop him on the nose with the bubbles?
Boop.
Quarterstaff.
Snoot.
Oh.
See if I have any other. I do have a And one size larger for carry capacity. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna boop.
All right.
Ooh,
That's a
nice.
hell of a boop.
Yeah.
Crit 20.
Oh,
wow.
damn.
Nice rolls.
You hit this guy right square in the face. Blood just starts pouring down his face and into his beard. That hurt.
Yeah.
No,
Damn.
bad.
I immediately feel sorry, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then I move a little closer to.
Oh, that's okay.
Hybrid.
All right, Renair comes charging into the room.
That's Todrick to you.
He
Is that what I said?
No.
he brushes past your robes on the way through, Margaster, and he comes charging into the room and sees, just taken aback at first, and sees this thing in front of him, and thrusts this rapier up towards his throat.
You don't hear that about dwarves very often.
Thrust it.
He completely misses that first attack, but he does bring this dagger that he took off his arm as well around and towards the same area. He manages to cut him in the throat with that one, though.
Nice.
It's not enough to kill him, but this guy is on his last leg. And let's see, does he have any more movement? He really doesn't. Okay.
Whip
Katarina.
him into shape.
So
Good.
she moves down so that she can get into the doorway. What can
Mhm.
she see from here, past all the people? There's 3 guys between her and these dudes.
You can see what looks like a dwarf, except that he's 10 feet tall and his head is touching the ceiling. He's taller than Oscar right now. You can't really tell what's going on the other side of him, though. He's really all you can see.
Okay.
She's got melee reach on him, though, right? From there?
Oh yeah,
Wrap the
she
chain
can hit
around the corner.
she can absolutely hit that guy from there.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action. I'm not quite
Sure.
sure what that's gonna look like. I need to.
All right.